Hello, this is the next restoration project after finishing the Aachen Super D60 from Philips, and now we have a Graetz Sinfonia 422. This is a radio from the 50s and I picked it up a few hours ago. I bought it on eBay and the seller is about 30 kilometers away from me, so I picked it up myself, and that is much better than fear damages by transportation companies. The cabinet is in quite rough shape, as we can see. The grill cloth is quite yellow. All knobs and piano keys are there. Yeah. So this is the back plate. We have voltage selector, antenna. We have ports for reel-to-reel tape recorder and gramophone or record player, and for an external speaker. Here we can see antenna switch. Unfortunately, the backplate has a little bit of a damage, but I think we can fix that with a little bit of wood glue. The rest seems to be in quite good shape. No water signs or something else. These are the tubes which are built in: ECH 81, EF 89, EF 89, ECC 84, EABC 80, EL 84, and an EM 34, and this might be the selenium rectifier. Now we have a look on the front plate. The glass seems to be unbroken. This is the ferrite antenna, which can be moved. This is the volume knob. Here you have the bass level, and here is the treble level. Here is the dial knob for the stations, and here in the back is a selector for the bandwidth on AM. Further, we have some sound preselectors, which is speak, solo and orchestra. I don't know if these switches should stay in. Probably too much dirt. Then on this side we have Raumklang, that means white sound. This switch, you can switch off the magic eye, and this switch is to engage or disengage the outside antenna on AM. We have piano keys. This is the off switch. We have TA, that means Tonabnehmer, and both is TB, which is the reel-to-reel. What FA means I don't know at the moment. That is long wave, medium wave, short wave and FM. That's quite it, and now we'll have a look in the back side. Okay, here we have the voltage selector on top of the main transformer. Here we see the old caps, so this seems to be quite untouched, which is nice. All tubes seem to be there, and there is no rust, which is fine. Only a lot of dirt which fell off when I opened it. So I didn't see a date code at the moment. And we have here a little package of fuses which seems to be untouched as well. This tube system is for the high frequencies. This is called Schallkompressor. I don't know how that works. We have here a high frequency speaker, and the sound goes into these tubes, and these tubes have outputs or outlets on each side, which should simulate a three-dimensional sound. We have two big speakers and a medium range speaker, and two dial lamps and two lamps for the tone controls on each side. This is the output transformer. Okay. This seems to be a plug for the tone controls, that you can disconnect them when you put the chassis out of the cabinet. So then let's have a look on the underside. So there is a sealing of the underside which is metallized for shielding. It's all very dirty. Here we can see two devices which make contact to this metallized base plate. This is the downside, and here we can have a look on the bottom part of the chassis, and as far as I can see, and this all seems to be completely untouched, which is very nice. These are the problematic caps. There are some spider webs which have to be all changed. These are Styroflex caps which should be fine. The resistors on these models should be of high quality, and we will see. This is the on-off switch, main on-off switch, and that seems to be interesting here. I've seen that before in my Philips Aachen Super D60. This might be a wire capacitor. To regulate the capacitance, you can spin off wire, and that changes the capacitance. But if the capacitance is too low, you have to put a new one in, because you cannot put the wire back again. That won't work. Okay, all in all, it seems to be a doable job. I think the biggest challenge will be the restoration of the cabinet. Okay, I think that's it for the moment, and I think we will fire it up on the safety transformer and with my bulb limiters, which are two 40-watt incandescent light bulbs, which I will only take the 140-watt bulb for safety reasons. Now the device is upside down, so we can have a better look. On the speakers and wiring. And what fell off here is this warranty card. This was in the bottom. Let's have a look what that is. So what we do have here is the warranty card for the tubes. Which is nice. And this is the warranty card for the device itself. Graetz Sinfonia 4R422. And the number of the device. There is no date. And there is written something export, I think. That means physical testing, up, tuning 1, tuning 2, tuning 3, tuning 4, tuning 5, tuning 6, and check and packaging. And what I think is interesting, this is 472 kilohertz. I think this is the IF frequency. As much as I know, this should be the IF frequency should be 460. That might be interesting. And there we have still some life in it. Okay. We will put this poor spider outside the door. Okay then. Here's the watt meter. I plugged it in. It's on limit. I put out the upper is loose, the upper bulb. So, and now we will see if we have any shorts. I think I will try short wave first. Okay. That seems quite okay. No short. The lights are not on, but we see at least one tube glow. There's no sound. Probably it's not enough. So let's have a look. This is cold, no problem. This tube is glowing. That's not much. Okay, let's try the second bulb. So we'll have a little bit more power. Oh no, we have a little bit of hum. And it seems... and it's receiving something on shortwave.
Who don't play by our guest today.
That's fine.
Thank you.
That's fine.
Any comments about the episodes, just send us an email. podcast@thecri.com.cn. podcast@thecri. China Plus News. Some say Chinese
This is the rain.
in the world.
Difficult thing.
Okay, let's try medium wave. But there is no station, only in the evening. But a little bit of statics seems to be there. This is long wave. We have a French long wave station. That's fine. Perfect. Okay, and now let's try FM.
17.000 Plätze und ist zweimal hintereinander ausverkauft.
Perfect. That is cool. Huh. Works out of the box. So, brilliant. And the dials work too, the clutches.
You can also check us out there by videos and live streams. But now, let's provide you with some free...
Very, very promising. Okay. The electrolytic doesn't get even warm. I think we have no 50 Hertz or 100 Hertz hum. So the only thing that seems not to work are these light bulbs. Very, very good. Okay, let's see how the wattage is. 24 watts. That's not much. I switched
C'est ce qu'on vient d'entendre.
to
Oui,
FM.
c'est tout à fait significatif. Il y avait constamment des gens qui... Un décalage.
Okay. Now I switched off the light bulbs. Now we have the full load And now we have 44, 47 watts. That's good. We have still FM. Brilliant sound. Okay, medium wave. The long wave.
D'ailleurs, c'est intéressant, voyez-vous, lors de cette audition, j'étais présente auprès du magistrat instructeur. Ce médecin qui a suivi l'autopsie dit mais c'est incroyable. Cette première autopsie, mais
Oh, one light works.
j'aurais jamais dû se faire
Look
de
at
cette
that.
façon-là. Pourquoi? Parce que il fait bien faire parce que tout simplement, si un procureur de la République aujourd'hui dit à un corps d'experts faites ceci mais pas cela, les experts disent mais vous ne laissez pas le travail.
Magic eye
Voilà, alors que là, ils ont
doesn't
été
seem to
arrêtés
work.
et que effectivement ils se sont arrêtés. Et pire que cela, la noyade ne pourra jamais être confirmée ou finalement infirmée puisque les poumons n'ont pas été analysés et que les prélèvements sanguins, pire que ça, les prélèvements sanguins ont été volés. Ils ont été volés à l'Institut médico-légal. Donc vous avez...
Donc on ne connaît pas la dose exacte de tranquillité.
Chant élégiaque en 3 parties. Elle a été composée suite à une commande du chef Serge Koussevitzky en mémoire de son épouse Natalia. Il s'agit d'une œuvre élaborée avec une véritable recherche de timbres et de couleurs et cela n'a pas échappé à la vigilance de Zubin Mehta, notre chef cet après-midi, chef qui dirige cette ode de Stravinsky avec précision, équilibre et un grand sens esthétique. Voici cette œuvre en 3 parties composée par Igor Stravinsky dans l'interprétation coordonnée l'orchestre philharmonique de la RTF dirigé par Zubin Mehta.
It's high frequency. Cool. Okay. That's it for the moment. Let's have a look and put it out of the cabinet. Unfortunately, the screws of the speakers are not fixed, so I cannot lose them on the back side. So I have to take off the grill cloth to counterpart these screws. So as it is quite yellow and from a long time smoking, it's good to take it off that we can clean it and wash it with water and soap without the board at the back. So what I did now is I stripped off the clear varnish with a hot air gun, and so that worked quite well. I heated up the clear varnish till it showed some bubbles, and then I stripped it off. So the sanding down of the residues of the lacquer is much easier. Okay, so now it has completely sanded down with the delta 120, 180, 240 grid, and as I said before, I removed the clear varnish by hot air gun and a scraper. There are some marks which cannot be removed, but I think that's it for the moment. The cabinet is nearly restored after stripping the old varnish. The wood has been colored with walnut dark, and several layers of clear varnish are applied. Then it has been polished, and now one last layer of clear varnish has to be put on, and then final polish. The brass ring also has been polished. So the dial plate is removed, and now it will be cleaned up behind. So now we have a look after restoration. This is the underside, and yeah, you can see all capacitors from the paper style are gone. These are replacing the electrolytic can. Yeah, and what you see here is the coax cable for the additionally installed Bluetooth receiver, which will show when we look from the back side. Was not a big deal, and everything works fine after restoration. So here we have the view from the back side. Everything was cleaned as far as possible. And here you see the old caps which were removed and replaced, and I stored them inside the radio to keep them here. I replaced the EL84. This is a brand new tube, and I also replaced the EM35 for Magic Eye with a Russian 6E5C. This is a new old stock tube. And for that I had to change some wirings at the tube socket, but that was not a big problem. I did not realign the AM because the reception is quite well, and the radio seemed to be untouched, so I did not mess with that. Here you can see the Bluetooth receiver with its own power supply board, and as I learned from Mr. Caldera from Madeira, I wound an extra wiring around the transformer to have an own 6-volt AC power supply, which has no common ground with the radio chassis to avoid hum. And unfortunately I do not have any one-to-one small transformers which he recommends now, so it is more easily plugged in or connected to the 6.3 volts heater supply, but that works fine. Here you can see again the sound compressor for the high frequencies and the tubing which leads the high frequencies from the sound compressor to the sides, left and right sides of the radio. So that's it from the back. So here we have it from the front side again. The restored grill cloth, the new Russian Magic Eye, which works fine. I had to silence the FM because there were only music stations, so we won't run into copyright issues. But the sound is quite good. You can perhaps dial a little bit through without problems. You can see it works very well. The built-in dipole antenna,
plus petit, Gabriel Yared, notamment son propre fils, Martin Rabneau, Michel Berger. Et Rabneau a dit, mais quoi qu'il arrive, l'identité musicale de mon cinéma, les fondations musicales de mon cinéma, c'est le grand qui les a définies avec La vie de château.
Et puis, il y a Xavier Beauvoir, je crois même que c'est le dernier cinéaste avec lequel il a travaillé, Michel Legrand.
This one switches on and off the sound compressor,
le film de Wells.
which is called Raumklang. This is 3D sound.
Ce moment de la vie de Legrand où brusquement il y a ce cinéaste qui sort du succès des hommes et des dieux et qui l'appelle.
Here you can switch on and off the Magic Eye to save.
Avec la musique, un peu comme s'il avait chopé un virus bressonien et qu'il avait peur
de
la musique sur ces images.
And this is called Außenlautsprecher.
Et il a dit
this is not, as I said before, the antenna. Here you can switch on and off the external loudspeaker, which I do not have connected. And here you can have the Klangregister, means sound register. This is for speech, Sprache.
Nous, c'est un ami intime, on a la chance de rencontrer Michel, qui est devenu un ami intime.
Hear the difference, and you see that
la première fois qu'elle perd quelqu'un qu'elle aime beaucoup, qu'elle connaît,
the lights of the sound,
c'est assez triste là, franchement.
Comment devient-on avec Michel Legrand quand on
high frequency
moi, j'ai fait un
trimmers are switched off. Yeah. Now they are on again, and then these are in function. And if you select some sound from the sound register, this is solo for singing, and this is the orchestra with more bass. It's quite nice. And now we can try if we will have some shortwave. I have to switch on the mini whip antenna, which I did now, and so we can listen.
他同时也提醒所有的中国留学生，在居家隔离的过程中，要通过远程学习的方式保持学业，尽量减少损失。
wide now, and if I switch it,
说，我注意使馆
it
将
is
始终
narrow,
跟大家在一起。
就是希望
less
各位
high
在意大利的
frequencies,
侨胞能够继续
and the
秉
sound
持我
is
们中
quite
华民
good
族
for shortwave.
And a list of them there. There's one apparently, so they were saying
Lieblingsgenre kommt.
So that worked quite well. We have broadcast band now, but at this time of the day it's not expecting something to have receptions here. This is from the, and here is a French long wave station. Well, this is shortwave again. Okay. Okay. I will switch the light off so that we can see the illumination without bright light, and so it looks quite nice. It's not perfect, but for me it's a very nice everyday radio for my workshop here. And I forgot this is the ferret antenna where you can move and turn, but I don't know, I think that does not work very good. Here you can see if you press this button you will engage the ferrite antenna. It's FA, ferret antenna, and this is the TA. This is for the gramophone, and on this channel I soldered on the Bluetooth device, and if you press these two buttons you have the TB, that means Tonband. This is for the reel-to-reel recorder, the DIN plug. Well, that was it. Thank you very much for your attention, and I hope you enjoyed it a little bit. Thanks again, and goodbye.